Boys and girls, Alex back again. While my TSO Dog clamps, and as I say I prefer to call them clamps, is hot off the press, I thought I'd expand a few other uses I've found for it. And again, I emphasise that I'm now calling them clamps. If you happen to have a lead D4R jig, again, I've drilled the hole using the path guide system, and for all it's worth, I've found that better than taking it over to the drill press. I did something on a drill press and it wasn't quite as good as with the path guide. But anyway, that's beside the point. Here we are. I've anchored one of the dogs on the other side. This side, I'll line it up. Here we go. Crank it up. You won't see me, but you'll hear me. On the other side, oops, I had it up the torque too high. That's it. And then down here, voila. Now, that's not going to move. The thing I like about this, although this is not, well, it is. If I use a clamp, here it's not an issue, but on the other end, if I put the clamp on, which you mightn't see, I can't get this drawer open. Hang on, can you see the drawer in action? You probably can't, so, oh, hang on. There we go, the drawer. And again, it's to do with the clamp just extending down there. I can use smaller clamps, but they haven't got the grunt. Actually, these are too small. I'd much rather use bigger clamps, which definitely won't let me do it. So there you are. I've done it. That's number one. I also have a Lee FMT, not to be confused with the Festool MFT. That's it. I had to think about that one. Again, the same thing here. I've actually put a couple of dogs into this. I'll mount this one on the other side. You won't be able to see that, but pretend you can see it. It's in. That one's a bit tight. I think this is the one I used the drill press on. Not sure. Anyway, that goes on there. Where's the... Here we go. You'll hear it. Oops. Let's do it up. Done up. Done up. And again, solid as a rock. But this is where you'll also notice, one of the things I wanted to mention is I've heard a lot of talk about hold downs, hold fasts. This Lee has a very good set of hold fasts. Now come here. Let's get it out of here. Come on, you little... There we go. Hold fasts. They're really great. Now you can actually buy a spindle that'll fit into a 3/4 inch dog hole. And you can actually use these in your bench as a bench top hold fast. But I'll go one step further and show you what else I can do with it. I'll remove this, and again, this is where the beauty of it is. Zip, zip, lift it up, put it down, the dogs are off, and I can move this aside, which I'll do. Now, I promised you a bit about hold fasts, and I'll show you. These are the 3/4 inch hold fasts I used to have. Since I built this bench top to, well, it's really, as I say, primarily it was built to facilitate my back and bring the work up closer because of my eyesight. But because it's a bit above the thing, the other bench, it won't go down. Not only that, these are made for 19 mil, or they're not 4, they are 19 mil, or a tad under 19 mil, designed for 19 mil dog holes. Now I have tried it out, although it won't work on here because it bottoms out on the bench. It does actually work on 20 mil MDF dog holes. However, having said that, I reckon, I haven't used it so I don't know, but I reckon it might damage the dog hole, so I haven't used it. However, put this aside. Remember I mentioned this little Lee, hang on, I'll just go in there and see what the hell you see. Oh yeah, because I don't know. So what I've actually done is I've come up with a jig like this. Now what you can do is, when I built my FMT, they actually sold these little gadgets, and I'll bring it up closer, there you are, that you can screw into a bench top and actually use them as, well, unfortunately they're stationary clamps. And I had them in the bench top. Look, I'll move the camera and just give you a quick idea of where they were. Right, this is where the last one is located. I haven't removed it. There you are, we'll zoom in. Come on. There. Another one used to be here. One was got somewhere inside there. And this is where the last one was located. As you can probably observe, they're practically useless in the locations they were at. Actually, that's a bit of bullshit. They were totally useless. Anyway, what I did was to make able to use these. I made up a, oh hang on, I'll show you on this one here. Made up this little brace where I've recessed one of these little units into a bit of hardwood, countersunk them and screwed them on with those, and right, I buggered up the things because I did, well, it was just the orientation of it, and I drilled 4 of the dog holes to make it a little bit more versatile for where I put it. Now what you do is grab one of these, put it into that little key slot there, pull it forward and screw it down. Oh God, sorry guys, the left hand is still playing up, so, and that's it. Now I had this little, I put this little outrigger on the back here, and you'll see, oh look, I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, let's mount one. Put that aside, grab that, look, this will do. Put a dog in, put another dog in. Let's give it a quick twist. Do it up. And now let's grab something, put that aside. Get that, this will do. Screw it down. And there you have it. It's sort of like a clamp, hold fast, and that's it. The reason for that little outrigger is to let the back arm rest on something rather than have to sit down on the bench top, thereby just having further to travel. And that's it. You know, you can hold it down, and here's another one. Why you'd want to do this, I've got no idea. But the beauty of this is, and again with the 4 layouts, you can, hang on, come on, configure it however you like. Can put it in there or whatever, but let's put it there. Drill. And, well, actually that's not going to do you much good out there. However, hang on, bring this up a bit. There you are, that, and you've got it. Why, I don't know, but I just found these, well, not inspirational, but thought one of the other things I used to have is I used to use a lot of these. Hang on, where is it? Where are they? These. Oops, no, that's not configured the right way. I need to have them configured, but the way they normally work is they, hang on, I'll move this out of the way. They sit in the T-track, run along. These are the rocker ones, and screw down. Now, I normally have them, the clamp hold down configured. I don't know where all the other ones are. They're all over the place, but let's not worry about that. I used to have these. Now, what I've done with these is I've mounted a 20mm dowel that I can now put down any dog I like to hold it down. The only problem is that I actually have to undo this bolt, put it down, and then get under there and screw it up. Now, hell, that's a pain in the ass, and I rather not do that, and that's why I opted for these, because the beauty of it is that, let's see, where's my drill? Undo. Get that out of the way. Get this one. You can put it anywhere you like, you know. It's unfortunate if it was a bit longer, I could have used the Pythagoras method, but I haven't got it, so I can't really do it. Unfortunately, if I had another hole, I could have. But the beauty, as I said, of this is, and don't ask me why the hell you'd want to extend it over the end of your bench like that, but you can, and that's the beauty of it. And as I say, pick any hole. There. Oops. Let's do it that way. That way. And, you know, again, why you'd want to extend over the bench, I've got no idea. But you can. However, having said that, you could just get it close to the bench. Oops, come on. And there you have it. So yeah, it's quite, well, I think it's quite good. Another good thing about these sort of hold fast or hold downs is for holding odd shapes. Look, I haven't got too many samples, however, here's one. Look, you can sort of place these around it in the most advantageous place. As I said, unfortunately, it's just one hole short of a Pythagoras setup, because if I had another one set up here, damn it, I could have actually made it a 45 degree. But anyway, let's not worry about that. As I said, you know, you can play around with it. That's in place. Let's crank this down a bit. There, slap this on. Now you can put this as mentioned previously, anywhere you like. However, I'll put this in the closer spots rather than the further ones out, and I'll lock this down. Oops. Let's put it onto a lighter seam. Shit, I'm doing it again, for fuck's sake. Every time I keep putting that bloody drill there, blocking out the thing, and then I've got to come back and reshoot it. Okay, stay there. So, here we go. Another twist, and there you have it. Now, the reason why I said to you put it in there, well, you can have it out there, but normally you'd use that if you just haven't got the dogs in the right spot. The reason why I say that is that I made one previously and I screwed it up because I just cranked this down too bloody hard. I heard a creak, and lo and behold, there you are. You know, you can see what happened. However, having said that, the main reason was when I drilled the holes, I had this, there's a way this should fit on, the right way and the wrong way orientation. It should be, well, that way, oh, sorry, that way or the other way. Well, I initially put it in the wrong way, and so I had to re-drill the holes. Therefore I had 4 holes, and that just made it extra weak along those 2 holes, and as you can see, that's exactly where it's split along those holes. Although not to bother, because this I can now adapt and use for a stop gauge or depth gauge for my Forstner bit. Anyway, boys and girls, hope I've given you some ideas of what you can do. Look, admittedly the limitation is you need these dogs. Hang on, let's get them out. And you sort of need this, you need these dogs naturally, and you also might need this MFT come UJK path style layout. But hey, pork uses it, and again your problem is that these are 20mm, and the chances are you might finish up with a 19mm or 3/4 inch outlay. However, if you happen to be a 20mm addict, which is the festool type of a person, happen to have these, don't mind paying it, because look, these actually cost, I think, $16. I initially thought $16 for a pair, but they aren't. They're $60, $16 each. However, if you look at it from the point of view that, as a dog, to me that's quite expensive. Although you can pay anything up to $2,000 for a pedigree dog, or more. If you consider you're using them as a clamp, and a low profile or no profile clamp, hey, compare the price of clamps. The Irwings aren't quite that cheap, and there you have it. Christ, I've crapped on enough. Okay, boys and girls, that's it. Uru, and keep safe.